على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. أحبتي في الله. My dear brothers and sisters, no plan is a plan for failure. No plan is a plan for failure. So if you fail to make a plan, that means you plan for failure. That's, most of the time that business people using this. What's your plan? Do you have a fixed schedule, fixed plan? And always they ask about this. Because they look at, their time, the time we consider with the money. And they value their time with a worldly way. So always they try to put a plan and work for it. I can say maybe I admire Iblis, Shaitan. He has a plan and he worked for it. And he was successful in many ways. Yes, Iblis. He said, لا أحتنكن ذريته إلا قليلا. I will do this and that. And he's working hard. That if it's something that we will learn from Iblis, we'll learn how he's dedicated. And he has a target and he worked for it. How about us? Where's our plan? And why I'm bringing this? Because now it's coming, the season of goodness. What is your plan? Do I have to have a plan? Yes. And you have to have a fixed plan. Otherwise, you're going to miss it. The first days, you're going to be tired. The lack of caffeine. And like in doing new schedule. So if you don't have a plan, really, you're going to miss it. And you have to have a plan and you stick with it. To be honest, I didn't like even the idea of plan A and plan B. As if you are saying, you know what, I'm not going to make it. So let's be ready for the plan B. No, make just plan A, just a plan, one plan. And if there's exception, that's fine. It says exceptions. It's not you are spiritually or emotionally prepare yourself for plan B. No, I'm going to do plan A. And I should do the plan A according to high example. I'm going to have a plan that something I will challenge myself. You have to raise the bar high. The Prophet said, وَإِذَا سَأَلْتُمْ فَاسْأَلُوا الْفِرْدَوْسِ الْأَعْلَى. If you ask, you should ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to admit you in the highest place of Jannah. Not just in Jannah, any place in Jannah. If somebody just want to pass the exam, he might not pass it. He might fail. But if you want to pass with merit, at least you could just pass, that one. Or you reach your goal. If something related to the hereafter, you should look at the people, their case, better than your case. If something related to the worldly matters, look at the people, their case, lower than your case. Why is that? Because of somebody like he really compete in ibadah and he's really good, and you try to compete with that person in ibadah, that would be good for you, for your deen. So if something related to akhirah, always try to look at the best example. Do not look to the lower examples. Oh, at least I'm praying better than the other one not praying. At least I'm fasting, the other one is not fasting. It's not the case. You should look at the higher examples. You should say, what? Look at that person. How he's doing. I try to compete with that person because that's how you please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. To have a good example and make your schedule full with ibadah. Yes, we want to maintain the minimum and keep, adding more and more. But because of the month of Ramadan, I have to do something. So what's your schedule regarding Quran? That's a question you should ask yourself. How many khatma at this time am I going to do? How many times am I going to recite the Quran? About the prayer. How many salah I'm going to pray in a mosque?
Okay. Sid.
Maybe before Ramadan I'm not used to do that, but now maybe I will commit for example, for Isha and Fajr. Do not say I'm going to commit for Taraweeh and you missed Fajr. This lack of understanding. He said, I'm going to be good the reward of the night. The Prophet said, whoever pray Isha and Fajr in Jama'ah, he will be granted the reward of the night. Even without praying anything in the night. So commit, for the farad. Not only for the nafilah. You spend an hour for Taraweeh and you are missing Fajr? How come? It's not acceptable. This now, I'm just accepting not from fiqh term. It's not like the right choice. So ask yourself what I should do. How am I going to spend my time? I'm going to do. Maybe in your schedule at this time, I'm going to do a couple nights of i'tikaf. I have not tried that before. Let's do it this time. Oh, last year I did 1 day of i'tikaf. This year I might have like 4 or 5 days. So it's very important to schedule and to make your schedule busy with something are useful. And always, try to challenge yourself. And you could do it with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So do not leave it with no plan, because no plan is a plan for failure. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala all the success, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to enable us to please Him with the way that He like. اللهم اغفر ذنوبنا واستر عيوبنا وبلغنا في الدارين مطلوبنا اللهم نسألك العفو والعافية والمعافاة الدائمة في الدين والدنيا والآخرة آمين.